Okay then, so currently we're outputting all the tickets on the tickets page using this ticket list component. And ideally what we want to be able to do is click on one of these tickets and then navigate to a details page for that ticket. So the route for that page is going to look something like /tickets and then / whatever the ID of the ticket is that we clicked on. And that could be 1 or 2 or 3 and so forth. And this part of the route then is the ID, and it's dynamic, right? It changes based on whatever the ticket is that we want to see. Now, typically, we'd call this a route parameter, but when it comes to making these routes using folders, Next.js calls them dynamic segments of a route. So every folder that makes up a part of the route in Next.js is referred to as a segment, and then a dynamic segment is when that part of the route can be different values. It's changeable. So then, how do we make a route with a dynamic segment inside our folder structure? Well, much like we made other routes using a folder, we do the same thing for a dynamic part of the route as well. But this time, we wrap the name of the folder in square brackets. And this tells Next.js that this part of the route is dynamic and could be multiple different values. So the name inside the square brackets is entirely up to you, but I've called it ID because for this application, it's the ID of the ticket that's going to be in the route. So inside this, we can make the page.jsx file now, and then this component is going to be rendered whenever we go to /tickets and then / some ID, and that ID could be 1, 2, 3, 400, etc. But it's always going to show this page component, which I'm going to call ticket details. All right, so inside this component, we need to get access to whatever the ID is, whatever the route parameter is. And we can do that using a params property that we automatically get from the props. And you can destructure that directly and then access the parameter name as a property on that. So whatever you called your route segment over there, that will be the property name on this params object. I called mine ID, so that means I can say const ID is equal to params.id. And for now, we can just output this ID in the template so that we can see it working in the browser. Okay, so if I go to /tickets and then / some ID now, then we should see the tickets details page and the ID inside the template, that route parameter right here, which we do. And it doesn't matter what it is. I could change it to 123 and we see 123 down here. It could even be a word like Mario and we should see Mario down here. It doesn't have to be a number. So we have access to that changeable part of the route, that route parameter or that dynamic segment inside this ticket details component. And therefore we can use the ID then to go out and fetch the record or the ticket with that ID and then show that ticket on the page. So the way we fetch the ticket inside this page is going to be very much the same way as we fetched a list of tickets right here, only this time we have to add on / and then the ID of whatever ticket we want. So I'm going to copy this, save that, and then paste it over here. And we'll just change a few things. So instead of get tickets, plural, just get ticket, singular. And we need to take in an ID as an argument. So we can use the ID down here. So then it would be / and then plus ID. You could use a template string here if you wish. I'm just doing this because it was simple to do. And then down here, we'll change revalidate to 60 seconds or something like that. And get rid of that comment. Then we return response.json. So that's pretty much all we need to do. Now we can call this function inside this component. So let me get rid of that. And in order to do this, we need to make this an async function. And then down here, we can say const ticket is equal to await get ticket. And then we need to pass in the ID as an argument. So we can say params, which is this thing right here. And then after that, .id. So we're passing that in now to grab the ticket. And it's getting returned to us, and now we're storing it inside this constant. So now we can make a template to output that ticket. So let's change this to a main tag, and then inside that, I'm going to do a nav first of all. Inside the nav, I will do an h2, and it will say ticket details. The reason I'm using a nav is because later on I'm going to have a button over here to delete the ticket, but for now we'll leave it as just this. All right, so down below that, we'll do a div with a class of card. And then inside that, we want to output the title. We also want to output the other properties as well. So the body, the priority, and the user email. So who created that ticket. So let's do the title first of all. And that's going to go inside an h3. curly braces, ticket.title. And then below the H3, we'll output the email. So we'll do a small tag for that. And then we'll say created, if we can spell it, that is, created by, and it will be ticket.user_email. I think that's what I called the property, user email, yeah, okay. And then below that, we will do a paragraph tag for the body. So ticket.body. And then finally below that, we want to output the priority. Now I want to output it in the same way as we did over here. So I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it here. So we have a div with a class name of pill, but then also a class of whatever the priority is. So that could be medium, low, or high. And then depending on that class, it's going to be a different color. And then we output the actual priority right here. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Now that should work. Let's try it out in the browser. So I know the ID of these 3 tickets is 1, 2, and 3. So let's try each one of those in turn. Number 1 should be the footer links. Yep. Let's try number 2. And we should get another one. Yeah. Add in a new style sheet. And then finally 3. Yep. Which we can see as well. Awesome. Okay. So now we know that's working. What I would like to do is on the tickets page, I would like to have a link to each of the details pages so that when we click on this, it goes to the details page for that ticket and we don't have to manually type it out up here. All right, so let's go back to the ticket list. And what I would like to do is wrap everything here inside a link component. So let's do that. Link, and we need to import that from next/link at the top. And we'll close that off. Put the closing tag around this div down here. All right. And now we need to give this an href property. Now it's going to be something dynamic. So let's use curly braces, template string, and it's going to be /tickets and then / whatever the ID is. So we can use a variable here, $ curly braces, and then we have access to the ticket right here and the ID property. So .id. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So hopefully now if we save this and try it out, it should work. All right, so now let's try clicking on one of these. This one here at the top, and yep, that works. Awesome. Let's try clicking on this one. And yep, that works. Awesome.